let's dive into this safari stuff.
Okay.
We got all this stuff, articles, and even some YouTube videos.
Yeah, yeah. And even it's interesting because we have those like classic, like Fodor's guide type things.
Right.
And then we also have recommendations for like off the beaten path kind of
Yeah.
hidden gem type things.
That's cool. Like we're gonna help you plan your trip
Yeah.
no matter what you want. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
so, who hasn't thought about going on safari?
Right.
Like seeing lions and giraffes and
Exactly. And I think what's going to be cool for our, listeners today is that we're not just sticking to those, big well-known names.
right.
We will touch on those, the Serengeti, the Masai Mara,
Sure.
the wildebeest migration. It's iconic for a reason.
Right.
But we're also going to dive into some of the lesser known,
Right.
even some surprising safari destinations.
Like I was surprised when I was going through the material just how many unique spots there were.
Absolutely.
Like what were some of the things that jumped out at you?
Namibia. Namibia immediately came to mind because it's such a different landscape than people typically imagine when they think of safari.
Okay.
10 most beautiful safaris to visit in Africa. They really emphasize the stark beauty of the desert landscapes.
Okay.
And they're talking about Etosha National Park. And like, imagine, you with your camera and this vast, like salt flat that stretches before you, right? It's like just white.
Oh, wow.
But then, you see this like splash of color because there's this huge flamboyance of flamingos.
Oh, wow.
And it just, that pink against that stark landscape, it's incredible. And Etosha, the sources say, because it's got such a unique environment, it draws in all sorts of wildlife. So it's like a photographer's paradise.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about like really unique landscapes, I have to bring up Botswana's Okavango Delta.
Yes.
Lifestyle Hal on YouTube made those Makoro trips through the waterways sound magical.
Yes.
Like just gliding through those serene channels, surrounded by all the reeds and just the peacefulness of it all.
And it's important to understand that, like, that whole area, it's really a result of, a natural phenomenon.
Okay.
It's the delta's actually fed by floodwaters that come from Angola, and that happens between like May and October.
Okay.
And so it's seasonal flooding, but what it does is it totally transforms the landscape.
Right.
Creates this really dynamic ecosystem, and there's, just teeming with life. In fact, the same video mentions sightings of, buffalo on the hunt.
Wow.
Wild dogs on the move, hippos, hanging out in the water. It's a great place to just really see animal behavior.
Wow. It's amazing. Like every place, every destination has something different.
Yeah.
Like there's so many. It's so diverse. Like you really have to think about what do you want?
Absolutely.
As a traveler, what are you looking for in a safari? Like, do you want those vast plains or do you want these more unique landscapes? Or is it specific animals you're trying to see?
Right. And you hit on a great point because I noticed in a lot of the articles we were looking at, they talked about this growing desire for more like authentic experiences,
Yeah.
And I think that's where those lesser known parks, they really shine.
Right.
Because it's less crowds,
Yeah.
Feels more personalized.
Hidden gems, as Lifestyle Hal said.
Yeah. And one that popped out to me, I don't know if you saw this one, but Queen Elizabeth National Park in Uganda.
Oh, yeah.
Tree climbing lions.
Climbing lions. Oh my gosh. And it's cool because, you can pair that with mountain gorilla trekking.
Oh, wow.
So if you are an adventurous listener and you want to combine those really unique wildlife encounters.
Right. With these breathtaking landscapes, that could be a really incredible trip.
Yeah, that's awesome. What other hidden gems did you come across?
Oh, South Luangwa National Park in Zambia.
Okay.
Now this one, it's known for walking safaris.
Really?
Which is amazing because, you're not in a vehicle. You're on foot. Your senses are heightened.
Yeah.
You're really feeling, the wilderness all around you.
Right.
So for the listener who wants that, really close-up connection, that might be the thing.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is, but one thing that 10 Most Beautiful Safaris pointed out, and it's really important, it's best to go during the dry season, and a lot of the lodges actually close during the wettest months.
Oh, wow.
Which is December to March, so.
Good to know.
Yeah, timing is key.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that are key, I know you were really drawn to Madikwe Game Reserves in South Africa.
Oh, yeah.
What was it about that one?
A couple things. actually.
Okay.
The color.
Yeah.
In the video, they describe the sand as being this like vibrant, almost rust orange.
Oh, whoa.
Visually, it just sounds stunning.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And then the other thing was Lifestyle Hal talked about it being malaria-free and family-friendly,
Oh, yeah.
which is, you know, for those with kids or anyone with health concerns,
Right.
that's a huge plus.
Absolutely.
You know, you just feel safer.
Yeah.
It's more accessible.
Right. It opens it up to a lot more people.
Yeah.
And, speaking of opening things up, I thought Tempted to Travel had a really interesting approach. They, instead of just listing out places,
Right.
they actually talked about different types of safaris.
Okay.
And they even talked about hiking in Patagonia,
Oh, interesting.
which technically not a safari, but it's that idea of like pushing the boundaries
Yeah.
of what adventure travel can be.
Yeah.
You know?
I love that. Like, it's making me rethink what a safari even is.
Exactly.
While we're talking about Tempted to Travel, I really liked their village-to-village walking adventure through Croatia, Slovenia, and Italy.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about that.
Like, imagine hiking through these amazing landscapes. You get to enjoy the local food,
Yeah.
the culture. It's just,
immersive.
it's an adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it really emphasizes, I think, the whole range of options that are out there. You could have that like fully guided, luxurious safari, or you can have something more independent, maybe more budget friendly.
Yeah.
There really is something for everybody.
Yeah. And as we're talking about this, I just keep thinking about all these like little details from the sources.
Oh, yeah.
Like I keep picturing the orange sand of Madikwe,
Yeah.
the Mokoro canoes and the Okavango Delta, and that lion in a tree in Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
It's so vivid.
And I think those details are what make a place memorable.
Totally.
It's the little things that stick with you.
And this is just the beginning.
Exactly.
This is just to kind of get your brain going.
Yeah.
You know,
It's the jumping off point.
to spark that imagination.
Exactly.
Like the real adventure comes when you start doing the research and figuring out what trip you're going to plan.
Exactly. And as you do your research, think about things like budget, your travel style.
Right.
What do you really want out of this experience? Are you a, luxury lodge person?
Right.
Do you want to be out in a tent? Do you want a guide? Do you want to be by yourself?
Yeah.
There's so many, possibilities. The choice is yours.
One thing I want to mention before we go on is this idea of responsible travel.
Yes. Yes.
It came up in a lot of the sources, and I think it's really important because these are such unique places.
Mhm.
Delicate ecosystems, different cultures.
Right.
We want to make sure we're being mindful,
Absolutely.
of our impact.
Yeah, choosing ethical operators,
Res-
minimizing your footprint,
Right.
respecting local customs.
Yeah.
These are all things that are important to think about when planning.
Yeah, like we're not just tourists.
Right.
We are
Responsible traveling.
responsible travelers.
Exactly.
Yeah, and now more than ever, I am so excited about safaris.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe how many amazing places there are out there,
I know.
even beyond the ones that everyone knows about.
It's been really fun diving into all this research with you. And as people are, going through the sources and learning more, I want to leave them with this question.
Okay.
We've talked a lot about the visuals, right?
Yeah.
The splendor of it all.
Yeah.
But what about the sounds?
Oh.
Think about that silence of the desert,
Oh, yeah.
the calls of the wild,
Yeah.
the rustling of the bush.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a whole other dimension.
Wow.
And I think it often gets overlooked,
Oh, for sure.
but it's equally as captivating.
It's like you're adding this whole other layer of magic to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's such a good point. Like the sounds of a safari.
Right.
I never really thought about that. We focus so much on what we see when we
Yeah.
travel,
Yeah.
but the sounds can really transport you back. It's powerful.
Absolutely. And thinking about those sounds and kind of going back to what we were talking about with responsible travel and all,
Uh-huh.
I was noticing some connections with some of those European destinations.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Like both Tempted to Travel and Scenic Hunter, they both seem to like really be into those, lesser known spots.
Yeah.
Like those hidden gems
The hidden gems. Yeah.
instead of like the big tourist traps.
Exactly. Like it's, encouraging us to get out there and discover something unique, something different,
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
the beaten path.
And a lot of their specific recommendations, they really seem to focus on like preserving the character of these places.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sustainability.
Sustainability. Yeah.
Like Scenic Hunter was talking about Piran in Slovenia,
Yes.
and they were, obviously like super into how beautiful it is, the Venetian charm and the Mediterranean and all.
It's gorgeous.
But they also like really stressed that,
Yeah.
we should be experiencing it responsibly.
Right.
Like it's not just about.
It's not just about taking pictures and leaving.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And, they also talk about the Piran salt pans, right?
Yes.
Like, I thought that was really cool, like connecting with these traditions.
Yeah.
And, supporting the local economy.
Like the local economy, yeah.
It's about like really understanding the place.
Absolutely.
How it works, how people live.
And it's funny because that connects back to that village to village walking thing,
Right.
From Tempted to Travel.
Yeah.
It's like slowing down,
right,
enjoying the journey,
Yep.
not the destination.
Yeah.
And really like immersing yourself in the culture, taking the time.
It's like the opposite of those trips where you're just rushing around,
Yeah.
checking things off a list.
Totally.
It's
It's about soaking it all in.
Yeah, soaking it all in. And I think that's a good takeaway for our listener, too.
Absolutely.
Whether you're planning a safari or a trip to Europe or wherever,
Right.
think about the choices you're making.
Yeah.
Are you supporting those local communities?
Mm-hmm.
Are you respecting the environment?
Right.
Like asking yourself those questions can really change how you travel.
For the better.
For the better. Yeah, exactly.
Recycling.
It's about making those trips meaningful.
Absolutely.
Not just for yourself, but for everyone involved.
Yeah. For the world.
So we talked about safaris. We talked about responsible travel. I know you have some thoughts about those Asian destinations too.
Oh, yeah. Those were so fascinating. Particularly, that whole Silk Road exploration that Tempted to Travel highlighted.
Yeah.
What really got me about Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan, is that there were these like crossroads of culture and commerce, like going way back.
Yeah.
And Tempted to Travel, they painted such a vivid picture of these ancient cities like Samarkand,
Right.
with its like unbelievable architecture, and the Korsu Bazaar in Tashkent. It's like bustling.
It sounds amazing.
It really does. And did you see, they mentioned the Darvaza gas crater in Turkmenistan too?
Oh, yeah.
The door to hell?
The door to hell, yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That's adventure.
Yeah.
And, it just goes to show you the contrast that you find in that region. You've got these ancient cities, all this history,
Right.
and then these like incredible natural wonders.
Right.
Like adventure can be so many different things.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of adventure, Aaron Perro on YouTube, they have some really cool suggestions for 2025 travel.
Oh, yeah.
One that stood out to me was Tasmania.
Tasmania.
They were describing it as this nature lover's paradise, with all this amazing wilderness.
Right.
And a really great food scene too, apparently.
Yeah. Wow.
So it sounds like the perfect mix of like rugged beauty and delicious food.
And what I thought was cool is how they presented Tasmania as like an alternative to like the usual touristy spots in mainland Australia.
Right.
Like there's this whole other world down there
that's
just waiting to be explored.
Yeah, it's definitely speaking to my sense of adventure.
Yeah.
Oh, and Aaron Perro also mentioned Namibia too.
Oh, really?
Those like otherworldly landscapes.
Yeah.
The Skeleton Coast.
Amazing.
Like I feel like you'd step off the plane and be on another planet.
Totally.
Well,
And Aaron Perro was talking about how Namibia is really focusing on sustainable tourism now.
Okay.
And cultural immersion, especially with like the indigenous communities.
Right.
So it's not just about the scenery, but also about understanding the people and the culture that make it so unique.
I'm seeing a theme here.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like travelers in 2025 are looking for something more
Yeah.
than just the typical tourist experience.
Right.
They want that authenticity, that connection.
Yes.
They want to make a difference.
Make a positive impact.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think you're right. You've hit it. It's about meaningful travel, and
Yeah.
that can be a lot of different things. It can be a walking safari in Zambia. It can be exploring ancient ruins in Uzbekistan. It
Yeah.
can be, discovering the food scene in Tasmania.
It's about finding those things that really resonate with you.
Yes.
The things that will leave you with
Yeah.
this sense of wonder.
Wonder and understanding.
Yeah, and a deeper understanding of the world.
Speaking of wonder, Aaron Paro also highlighted Slovenia too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like They really think that Slovenia is going to be a hot
Oh.
destination in 2025.
Oh.
And they specifically mention Lake Blood with that like iconic church on an island.
Yeah.
And then also the Postozhna caves, which are just this like underground wonderland.
Well, I've seen pictures of Lake Bled. It's like straight out of
Yeah.
a fairy tale.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just amazing because it shows you how diverse Slovenia is.
Right.
They have those alpine lakes, but they also have the karst formations and the caves. And Aaron Pero also talked about how, you know, they have a really rich cultural heritage there and a great food and wine scene.
Oh, wow.
It's one of those places that really does have something for everybody.
Okay, my travel bucket list is getting really long now.
I know, right? Mine too.
Like, as we've been talking about all these different places.
Yeah.
Safaris, Asia, Europe. I'm just struck by, like, how many options there are
Right.
for adventure travel.
And I think it really speaks to how travel has changed.
Yeah.
It's not just about, like, ticking things off a list anymore. It's about those experiences that, you know, challenge us, inspire us, connect us to something bigger than ourselves.
It's about embracing the unknown.
Yes.
And pushing those boundaries.
Yeah, and coming back with, like, a new perspective.
Yeah.
And that's something I think that, you know, we can all strive for.
Yeah.
No matter where we go.
Totally. Yeah, it's amazing how much travel has changed. You know, it's not just about the place anymore. It's like what kind of experience you're going to have.
Exactly. And I think that's, you know, this deep dive into safaris, I think it's a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
You know, we started with this idea, like lions on the savannah, these wide open plains.
Yeah.
But we've seen so much more than that.
Oh, yeah. We went from the deserts of Namibia to those waterways in the Okavango Delta.
Exactly.
We talked about walking safaris in Zambia.
Yeah.
Lions climbing trees in Uganda.
Yeah. Even that crazy door to hell thing in Turkmenistan. It's been a wild ride.
It has. It has. And throughout it all, though, there's this one thing that's like a constant.
Yeah.
That idea of responsible travel. You know, sustainable travel. It seems like more and more people are really becoming aware of the impact that they have.
Yeah.
They're looking for things that are good for them and good for the places they visit.
Yeah. And we saw that in so many ways. You know, it's choosing eco-friendly places to stay, supporting those local businesses, engaging with traditions, being mindful of, you know, how much we're impacting the environment. It's about being a traveler, not just a tourist.
And I think that's such an important thing to keep in mind as you're planning your trips. No matter where you're going.
It's about making choices that matter.
Exactly.
You know, before we wrap things up, I want to touch on something we talked about earlier. Research.
There are so many amazing places to go. It can be really hard to even know where to start.
Absolutely.
That's where those sources come in.
Yeah, they're like your guide.
Yeah.
You know, through this whole world of travel.
You know, we had Lifestyle How on YouTube, all those detailed guides.
Oh, right.
We had Scenic Hunter, all those off the beaten path places. And then Wilderness Travel and Tempted to Travel had all those amazing itineraries.
Yeah.
You know, it's really cool to see how different they all are.
And as you're looking through those, think about yourself. You know, what kind of traveler are you? What are you looking for? Are you like luxury all the way or are you, you know, more simple?
Yeah.
Do you like to be by yourself or do you like to be around people?
Right.
Do you want to be totally immersed in nature or do you want like a mix of nature and culture?
Right.
There really is something out there for everybody.
And then once you've kind of figured out what you like, don't be afraid to do some more digging.
Yes. Read the reviews.
Yeah.
Watch the videos.
Yeah.
Talk to people who've been there.
The more you know, the more you'll get out of it.
Exactly.
And most importantly, dream big.
Yes.
Let yourself, you know.
Yeah.
Imagine all the possibilities. There's a whole world out there.
The world is waiting.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe your next adventure will take you somewhere you never even thought about.
And that's the exciting part.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like all those endless possibilities.
Yeah.
Discovering new things, challenging ourselves.
Yeah.
And just really like connecting with the world.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, we hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And that you're feeling inspired to plan your own adventure.
Absolutely.
Happy travels, everyone.